Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Arn Frost, and today I got you guys another part 3 of the Destined Showdown deck profile featuring all the Destined 1 decks. For this week, we're doing round 3, which is the Keter Sanctuary build version of Alden, the Destined 1 of Protection Alden. This is the newest upgrade, and it does come with its own ride line, so everything's got pretty much upgraded at this point during this showdown. Of course, this deck does belong to Jinki Mukae, and he is the CEO of the Uniformers of Corporation, and he's also the host of the Deluxe. So he's now went from an antagonist to now just a side character who also became one of the antagonists allegedly. But the funny fact about Jinki, after he was how we say cleansed by Yu Kondo, I guess, he's actually realized his faults, and Gi became a better AI and more of a purified form, which is good. He was selected to wield the Destined One of Protection Alden from Sibylt, but unlike the other Destined Ones who were under spiritual corruption, he was actually protected by Gi because AIs are unaffected by corruption because they're AIs, obviously. So Jinki's the only one out of 6 who is not affected by spiritual corruption. And Mazanori, during his fight with Mazanori, of course he won, but he didn't, show anything. He did feign a little loyalty to about Sibylt, pretending that he was under corruption, but the truth is he really wasn't. And then ever since then, him and Gabriella has been sharing information. Him and Mazanori was collaborating to stop Sibylt at all times, because Mazanori is, well, he's not stupid, clearly. I still need to get that deck profile pretty much done, or at least released, but it's going to take me a while because most of Zorga support is online now, and I don't always have the funds to do that, so it's kind of sad. But enough about a little backstory, because ever since the Destined Showdown pretty much done, because Sibylt finally got defeated by Akina Miyoto in the season finale, things are starting to go back to being normal, and then now season 3, or I think season 3, or season 1 of Vanguard Divines Deluxe, he's now hosting a 3rd Deluxe tournament. And I don't think he has played a part in it yet. I think he's just hosting. So, that's good. But this is a character deck profile video for Jinki Mukae. And I think this deck has received a lot more upgrades, and it's under protection. And I don't mean the naughty one, unfortunately. So, I'm going to read what it says here on the wiki page about the new Alden style. So the Alden utilizes an aggressive and defensive playstyle, increasing the player's hand through draw or bounce effects, only to call more allies from hand during the battle phase to increase the number of attacks in a turn. His evolved form allowed to rescue the units when other units are called by this effect. Also, the units called by this effect cannot be retired by effects, hence why it's called the Protection deck. So, this is a whole new deck, pretty much, with some familiar faces, and this is like a full-on character deck profile video for Jinki Mukae. So, let's start with the ride phase, or the ride line. So, of course, we have the energy generator for as a 5th card for the ride deck, because now it's no longer 4, it's now 5. We have the new and improved Knight of Heavenly Expression Admis for our grade 0, which is a nice little version of him. They all have their retrained and revamped kind of looks, and I do like them a lot. This new one here is Knight of Heavenly Sought Tranquilia. When this unit is rolled upon by Everlasting Sky Knight Soudios, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater card from among them, reveal it and put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck. If you do not reveal a card, energy charge 2. So there's the grade 1 for that. Grade 2 is Everlasting Sky Knight Soudios. When this unit is ruled upon by a grade 3 card with Alden in its card name, Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and then choose up to one grade 3 or less card from among them and call the rear guard and shuffle a deck. So there's the new Soudios. And then for the Destined 1 of Protection, Alden, when a card would be called by this unit's ability to a rear guard circle with a unit on it, return that unit that is on that rear guard circle to hand instead of putting it into a drop. Okay, let's continue with effect. When this unit attacks, Blast 1, draw a card, choose up to one card from your hand, and call the rear guard. And until the end of your opponent's next turn. It cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects and gets 10,000 power. Great. Its Divine skill is a Soul Blast 1 active skill. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 cards from among them, call them to rear guard. And until the end of your opponent's next turn, they cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects, shuffle the deck. So that is the full new ride line, the new retrained of Alden. And it's like a brand new style. So that's the right deck right there. And of course, it's the Destined 1 sleeves for this one, so hence why it's the Destined 1 deck. Now for the main deck, again, there's a lot of retraining here, and there's a lot of changes. It's like a whole new deck with some small familiars. For grade 0, I'm using 20 grade 0s in this deck because of the grade 0 promo. So we're using 3 copies of Bringer of New Styles Sureas. Now for a reminder, during your turn, if your Vanguard is Alden in its card name, this unit gets 2,000 power, so it's an 8k booster. 1 turn only from the auto skill. When your other unit is placed on rear guard by the ability of your Vanguard with Alden in its card name, Blast 1 and choose one of your rear guards and stand it. And, you know, I tried playing it at a full playset, but I think it's a bit much because there's a lot more options. So I think 3 is very good enough for this deck. Now here are some familiar faces, and this is, like I said, a similar deck to Jinki Mukae in the anime. His deck revolves around 4 heal triggers, which is Healer of Heavenly Staff Arshes, so 4 of her. For criticals, we don't have draws in this deck. It's all just critical heavy and front heavy, a little bit. So, for the first critical, we have 4 copies of Knight of Heavenly Hammer Gurgant, so 4 of them. 4 copies of Blade Feather Eagle for the last critical. 3 copies of Bard of Heavenly Song Alpacc for our fronts and also for our shield, 20k shield value. And then, of course, the overtrigger of choice is Light Dragon Deity of Ours, Amartinoa. So, this is basically the same character deck that he has in the anime. And that is the grade 0 lineup for this deck. And of course, we're still using the gold Dragon Shield sleeves, does double sleeved in the shade gold. Of course, it's just gold. Because Keter Sanctuary is either yellow, ivory, cream color, or gold in the OCD I have. And then for grade 1s, there's only like 12 grade 1s in this deck. I don't know. I'm trying to make a right balance of this, but I'll let you guys think about it for yourself. So for our grade 1s, we're using the new and improved, one of the new cards for the deck for the set 4 collection. This is the Heavenly Defense Dragon Wedgeffluence Dragon, or Wedgeffluence Dragon. I don't know how to say that, but the name will be in the inscription down below. During the battle, this unit boosted. If your Vanguard is Alden in its card, which it is, add 5,000 power. When this unit boosts a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Alden in its card name, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets 2,000 power into that battle. So this is the boosting partner to Alden. So this is a nice little Alden support card. And then we have the last one we have is Wafting Owl. If your Vanguard, so it's a rear guard or the Guardian Circle ability. Sorry. If you have a Vanguard with Alden in its card name and Divine skill, this unit gets 5,000 power and 5,000 shield value. when it guards. So there's that. And of course we have the familiar Perfect Guard, which is 4 copies of Aegismare Dragon. This is the same Perfect Guard that was left to Jinki from his brother Jinki Mukae, the original owner of Alden, and because of Jinki, it got a major upgrade. So this is his own deck now. Again, the power transfer from the original Alden to the new one was a miracle. So that's the grade 1 lineup. And now for the grade 2, we're using 8 grade 2s in this deck. I think there's more better options. I mean, people have their own opinions, but this is just what I come up with, and hopefully it's not that bad. So of course we're still using 4 copies of Sharpness Knight Ermac from the set 11 or set 13 collection. And for a reminder, this unit is when this unit is placed on rearguard, if your Vanguard is Alden, in its card name, this unit gets 5,000 power in a turn. If it was placed by your card's ability, it gets 15,000 power instead of 5,000. So it's still a very good card to have and very much an essential. The older stuff, support cards, you don't really need for the new Alden. Just some of this is like okay. And then here is another one that has a familiar face. Ugh, oh my hell! I just realized that these sleeves definitely need to get cleaned. Fuck, there's so much gunk on these damn little spots. Fuck a dick. Okay. So the last one we have here is Knight of Skyflow's Gelment. And when this unit intercepts, if your Vanguard is Alden, which obviously it is, this unit gets 20,000 shield value into the end of that battle. So it's your own little guard for bigger protection. Hence why it's called protection. So yeah, this is just the best I can kind of think of right now. If you're all kind of hoping that I would try, like, you know, the most expensive, bougie kind of generic cards for this deck, I mean, you guys are welcome to do that because you guys have the money to do so. But for some of us, we don't have that kind of money, and we're just doing the best we can to find cards that are, you know, go with that kind of thing. So that is the grade 2 lineup. Now for grade 3, we're using 3 more copies of Alden just for Persona Ride, obviously. And here is Alden's grade 3 partner. This is Heavily Blade of Liaison Raziel. When this unit is placed on rearguard, Energy Blast 4 and draw a card. When your other unit is placed on the rearguard this unit is on, by the ability of your grade 3 Vanguard with Alden in its card name, that placed unit gets 10,000 power into a turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your rearguards and stand it. So it does provide more battle tactics pretty much. She is definitely an essential for the deck, and I think it's pretty awesome that this whole deck got a revamp. Now, this is a very unpopular opinion because I know I've been adding this a lot to a lot of the Destined 1 decks, but I figured, you know what, let everyone have their shine moment. I decided to add 4 copies of Alden's personal order card, Determined with the Blade of Protection. Play this if you have Vanguard with Alden in its card name and it has Divine Skill. Okay? This is why. Choose one of your Vanguards and it gets its skill. Auto skill. When this unit attacks, Counterblast 1, choose up to 1 card from your hand and call the rear guard. End to the end of that turn. So, you guys can say this is a terrible card to even think of, and it does probably sound bad to you, but this is an Alden support, and I figure I could show some love to just play this card for giggles and test it out, because I want to test out all the formulas possible. It's just, currently right now, I don't have all the expensive cards, you know, like, that goes with, you know, like Varga, or Chris Rain, or, all that other shit. And you know what? It's a bitch to get because a lot of people don't have it here, and there's a lot of people who don't play Vanguard here. So that's what I've been kind of dealing with. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile video for Destined 1 and Protection Alden. It's actually a pretty fun deck to play. I actually had a little bit of fun playing it by myself, playtesting it. Maybe play once with some friends, but you know, to each their own, as they all say sometimes. So anyways, that is the deck video right there. Let me see if I can get, oh shit, okay, so let's just move this right here. This is the best I can do without showing like more glare to the lighting, because The lighting is a little bit bad. I need to get like a little shield thing up there, but I didn't. But anyways, that is it for the full video, you guys. I'm so happy you guys get a chance to see this again. This is the round 3 of Destined 1/Destined Showdown, not Showdown kind of thing. All in order from the Destined Showdown. And if you guys have any comments whatsoever about this deck itself, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. It was actually pretty fun building it, and it's actually fun testing it out and all that good stuff. And if you guys like the content I do create on my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, comment down below, thumbs up, show some love for this channel, and let me know what your thoughts are about the decks and what your guys' ideas might be. As long as you keep it like, you know, pretty good, like a little bit positive feedback, or, you know, criticism, not so harshly, like the best, you know, like, I am my own worst critic sometimes, but I like to hear honest opinions about a lot of things. So don't be afraid to comment down below and ask questions, and if you guys have your own thoughts about it, the full list will be in the box down below. Go ahead and check that out, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in round 4 of the Destined Showdown video, and as always, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.